Jim Coughlin, whose wonderful show that we're at and who's letting me host, says to you, don't mention jars. Anything, which I guess is a funny joke. So, Rachel mentioned the jar.
Good to see you. I wish I could explain what that means, but there's baby presents, and I'm not a monster. It's good for you to help me out, by the way. Good for you to. I got 4 kids. I have 4 kids. I can't see you. There you are. I have 4 kids. So God bless you for getting out of the house. And they say that raising kids is hard. And, you know, it's not that bad. I got 2 boys and 2 girls, and the girls are really easy. It's the boys that I'm technically worried about. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I'm worried that one day the boys are going to come up to me like, you know, Daddy, what's the football? Daddy, what's the soccer? You know, Daddy, how do you balance a checkbook? You know, I was a theater major in college. I don't know any of that stuff. So I'm really hoping that my boys are going to turn out gay. You know, so when they have questions like, Daddy, what's a Liza Minnelli? Daddy, what's a cast? Daddy, how do you suck a director's dick to get a part? That I know. That I know. Jess was talking about being white, which is very exciting. Good for you. I'm obviously not white. I'm Hispanic, but my children are half white. And I know that I did well as far as my race goes because I went up to her parents' house once, and we were going up the hill. They're rich whites. They have a hill in their house. And the gardeners saw me holding her hand, and they just were like doing the golf ball. Si se puede, mijo. You know, so it's fun. I guess like raising kids is hard. And being in a marriage is hard. It's a lot of work. I don't know. You're the only one here. I kind of want to keep looking at you. I'm sorry. Just got to say that. But it's really easy kind of getting along with my wife because she's a musician, so she writes her feelings. You know what I mean? So if she writes a song, says "I love you, we'll be together forever," I know I'm doing well. If she writes a song, "Pick up your socks," you know, I should be worried. But she wrote a song and she texted it to me earlier. He has my phone. He's recording this. I'm going to pretend I have a note in my pocket. And I wrote the title, and I don't know if I should be worried. It's called "Kill the Fatty." So I'm slightly concerned about going home tonight. I just got a new job.
Woo!
I work in downtown LA where I get to play my favorite games. Shit, this is a one-way street. Over by the fashion school, meth head or model. You know? Then my personal favorite game, homeless guy or hipster. Does he smell bad on purpose or is he just being ironic? Trying to decide, I actually did my set, I was going to do a story tonight. I want to tell a story about the jar. It's so tempting to tell a story about the jar, but I literally can't. Dr. Dave knows what this story is. I can't. No, don't look at me. I won't do it. The owners will give me a look. It's all right. I won't say it. I won't tell the story. But it's funny because I was talking to my wife about, I did this show the other day, and I'm going to tell a story about riding on the bus. And I was talking to her about riding on the bus. You know, and me being a poor Hispanic guy, I've ridden the bus a lot. My wife looked at me, she goes, I have never been on the bus before my entire life. And then I realized what a different life my kids have to be because my kids only ride the bus for fun. You know, they've never ridden the bus to get from one place to another. But the reason I brought that up is because I was doing this, I wanted to talk about this one time. I was waiting for the bus in Pasadena. I used to live in Pasadena. I used to go to PCC, and I worked at Universal, so I took all these buses all around town. And I was standing there in the corner, and all of a sudden this car pulls up. It's like a Nissan pulls up, and this guy gets out of the car with a baseball bat, and he starts screaming, "I'm gonna kill you, Oscar! I'm gonna kill you!" And I freeze. And I'm like, guys, it's not the first time I've been threatened. You know what I mean? I live in a bad neighborhood, you know. I also slept with a lot of girlfriends, with boyfriends, you know. So I wasn't scared, I was more curious, because it's been a while, you know. And then it occurred to me that it was my buddy, Edgar. Edgar and I worked together at Universal Studios, and his sister lived in Pasadena, so he's always kind of giving me a ride, always picking me up, we're all doing stuff together. And he starts laughing, and after I calmed all the bus riders down, I got in his car and says, "Hey, let's go. I'm going to run an errand, then I'll take you out to dinner, and we'll just hang out tonight." And I was excited because I liked Edgar a lot. But the thing I liked most about Edgar is he had a lot of money. You know what I mean? He would always buy food. He would always give me rides. He would always buy me, not gifts. It wasn't like a gay thing. You know what I mean? It could have been, but it wasn't. But he always had all this money, and I was always trying to figure out how to get more because literally my night was going to take the bus home, eat ramen noodles, and cry myself to sleep. You know? And so he's, he starts talking about how he's gonna like rent a warehouse and throw a party or start his own jewelry line. I was thinking, I need to do what this guy does. You know what I mean? So when he started kind of coming up with his ideas, I go, hey, you know what? I don't know what you do, but you make money, and I want to be part of that. Because I want to, whatever you need to do, whatever second hand, right hand, your number 2 to your number 1, whatever it is, I will do it. He's like, good, I wanted to hear that. And then took a puff of a cigarette, and then all of a sudden realized I had no idea where we were. We were in Kabi Koreatown, Armenian town. He was Armenian, and pull up behind this mini mall, right? It's a really weird mini mall. And he's like, hey, let's go. So I grab that box at the foot of the car. So I grab this box and walk in, and we walk into this like dress shop. The best way I could describe it, right? It was really smoky, and there were 3 guys sitting behind the desk. There was 2 young Armenian guys. Both of them had guns on their hip, and this older Armenian guy who was sitting back there smoking and counting stacks of money. And they start yelling. They start yelling as soon as they see me. The guys grab their guns, and I'm freaking out. I don't know what's happening. And my friend Edgar is sort of petting me and speaking to them and trying to calm them down. And he finally stops and he says, all right, give him the box. I have no idea what's going on, guys. I'm as clueless as you are in the middle of the story. And I hand him the box. He opens it up, and out comes what I will later learn is heroin. And that is how he was making all his money. And I didn't know that it was heroin at the time. I mean, I went to public school, so I knew it was a drug of some sort. So I'm sitting there, I'm kind of freaking out, and all of a sudden, like, kind of the big, old Armenian guy kind of looks at me and goes, hey, you a funny fat man, right? And I'm like, what? He's like, you tell me joke right now, you make us laugh. I was cool, I blanked, as a comedian, your audience, what you're supposed to do, how to set up a joke, and I had nothing. But the only joke that I could think of was the interrupting cow joke. Do you guys know that joke?
Yes.
So I stood there for a second, and I went, knock, knock, and the old Armenian guy looks and goes, what the F is knock, knock? What the F is knock, knock? Right? And all the kids, all the other Armenian guys, they start laughing, right? And my friend Ruben is laughing. And, I wish I could tell you that I came up with something really clever, and I kind of won him over, but I just said, knock, knock again. And he just flipped out, and I had to leave. I had to leave the place. But I decided then and there, next time, I was going to get on the bus and I was going to go home because I didn't want to do drugs. Anyway, that's my story.